Hi everyone, my name is Rima and I moved to Dubai in 2022, and these are the 5 things I wish I knew before I moved here. First thing is that you do not have to compare your earning in India and your saving in India to how much you can make in Dubai versus how much you can save in Dubai. This is a total miscalculation and I have been there too. When I moved to Dubai, my literally salary was 3,500 AED, and then when I started doing the expenses were coming to be almost around 2000 2500. So literally there was no saving, and when you are new you have to make a lot of new investments, because when you shift you cannot carry everything in those two packages, right? So you need to buy small things, and I was cooking myself, so a lot of the money was going into buying utensils, bed sheets, basic things for living that are required. So please do not do this miscalculation. If you are calculating hardly 10,000 or 20,000 rupees of saving after moving to Dubai from your salary, please don't move. Stay in India and look for a better job. Because to be honest, a lot of your money in Dubai will go towards your NOL card, will maximum chunk of your earning firstly will go towards your rent, then your NOL card, your monthly groceries or your mess bill. Sometimes you will take cab, sometimes you will go out with friends, that random shopping spree. So it's all a total miscalculation. So please do not fall for this trap. Make a wise decision when you are moving. Make up your responsibilities, your basic expenses, and how much your salary, what you're getting, and then take this decision to move to Dubai. I was always looking on those Instagram stories and reels and videos and thought that finding the perfect place to live would be so easy. It's not. I still feel like I can be closer to the places which have more a hep life, but it's not so. If you want to save on rent, you live in a place that's little far, and if you want to live in a very center of the city kind of a place, then you pay higher rent, and you might want to share space of your washroom or your kitchen with people. So that is also one thing which I feel you should know before you move here. Just Google some places to live and the rents estimate before you come here, so that you have a basic picture in mind. Or if you are comfortable living in sharing spaces, then maybe you can save some rent and still live in a decent area. But living in a shared space also has its pros and cons, so that is one thing you be careful with before you move in. Thirdly, it's about friendships and people that are around you. I always thought that I made decent relations when I was in a job, but turns out they were just like purposeful relations. And I think you will find a really hard time to make real friendships in Dubai. And I know we are all here for work, we are not here to make friends, but sometimes some genuine relations feel really nice, and it is good to be surrounded by people who really care for you. Even though I have been lucky and I didn't find very harsh people with me or people who wish me bad, but at the same time I couldn't find real people, real friendships which I can take ahead. No, I couldn't find. If you can find even one person in that pool of 100, trust me, you are a lucky person, because it's really difficult to find people who genuinely do not expect anything of you and still be with you and still be friends with you. Because during your time in Dubai, slowly and gradually you will realize that everybody who was around you, your friends, your colleagues, your basic acquaintances, anybody is just here with you for a purpose, and later on you will come to know, okay, now the purpose is served, now you are no one to them. So that's one thing we really need to watch out for. The fourth point is in continuation with the third point, which is friendships. And Dubai is not all about luxury. Yes, because you don't find real people, you don't find real good relations, there is always a certain level of loneliness here. And the life is so fast paced, it's like always moving, it's always on the move. So you don't get that me time, and it's always not about the luxury. We always see the luxurious side of Dubai on the social media, but it is not like that. Dubai also have many sides to it. There is old Dubai, then there is the new Dubai, where it was nothing, it was barren land, but now we come to visit Dubai for that place itself. So it's not just about luxury, it's also about survival. Sometimes, even for me in my initial 2 years, 2.5 years almost, it was just about survival, just getting that paycheck on month end, and then just surviving. And after 2 to 3 years, I think you will find yourself in a position where you can say that, okay, now I have a bit of money, little bit saving I have. So it's not just luxury. For people like us who are expats, it's also about survival. And Dubai does not have the one Sheikh Zayed road, or does not just have the luxury beaches or that Jumeirah. It also has Dera, it also has Old Dubai, which still gives you that vibe of the old Arabic culture. You have the souks, which give you a beautiful touch of how Dubai really was, and how the trade started, how they start making the good money that Dubai is making, how it became such a big touristy spot. It is all there in the history. And it is not just the luxury side. Dubai is also very grounding and very humbling. It can just take the air off you, and keep you on your guard to just be pure to yourself and just keep doing the hard work, because it really grounds you. This place really grounds you. The fifth point is about the weather, the Dubai heat. Before moving, I always saw reels and people saying that you step out of your house, the house has AC. And then you go in the metro, or you go in a car and the metro and the car has AC. Then you go in the office has AC. But that's not the whole truth about the Dubai weather. It's not just about AC. One thing is that you do get used to the AC, and when you go back to India for a vacation, you find a hard time just being without that AC. But at the same time, this continuous sitting in the AC is also causing a lot of health issues, and the weather is also causing a lot of hair loss, a lot of skin problems, a lot of deficiencies. Vitamin D is highly deficient in people who live in Dubai. Even though we live in a place which has so much of sunlight, still we are all vitamin D deficient. Why? Because the weather does not allow you to roam around in the sun, and you will not just go out for a walk because it's so hot all day round, but you will just be inside with AC all the time. You're in AC. Inside the office you are in a little shawl. Outside you go, you just want to keep drinking hot cola. So this is the kind of weather that we experience in Dubai. So yeah, if you want to know more about Dubai life, I want to make a part 2. Comment down Dubai and let me know. I'll give you a list of all the things that you should be prepared with before you move in here. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share, comment and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye.